Hi there and welcome to KaPoW Learning, and you are watching equivalent fractions. Today we will learn about what equivalent fractions are and how to find equivalent fractions. So here we have pictures of shapes of fractions of shapes. So we have 1/2, 1 out of 2 parts, 2/4, 2 out of 4 parts, 3/6, 3 out of 6 parts, and 4/8, 4 out of 8 parts. But why are these equivalent? Can you notice anything about these shapes? They all have the same amount. So if these were cakes, you would get the same amount, whether you were eating 2/4 or 3/6, 4/8, or even 1/2. These are all the same. They're equal. So equivalent fractions means equal and the same. So let's see how we can work out these. So we have 1/2 and 2/4. So how much has the numerator increased by? So 1 times 2 equals 2. How much has the denominator increased by? So 2 times 2 equals 4. How can we tell if these fractions are equivalent? Well, if they have increased by the same number, they are equivalent. So these are equivalent fractions. They're the same amount. Here's another example, 2/6 and 4/18. How much has the numerator increased by? So 2 times 2 does equal 4. How much has the denominator increased by? So 6 times what equals 18? 6 times 3. Now, how can we tell if these fractions are equivalent? We need to look at how much they've increased by. Now remember, if they have increased by the same number, they are equivalent. Are they the same number? Have they increased by the same number? No. So these are not equivalent fractions. Right. Can you find these equivalent fractions? So are these fractions now equivalent or not? 1/3 and 3/9. You can pause this and then play it to see if you got it correct. So how much has the numerator increased by? 1 times 3 equals 3. How much has the denominator increased by? Well, 3 times 3 equals 9. How can we tell if the fractions are equivalent? Remember? Yes, if they have increased by the same number, they are equivalent. So, yes, these are equivalent fractions. They are equal. Here's another example, 1/4 and 3/16. You can pause this and then try to answer. How much has the numerator increased by? So 1 times 3 equals 3. Now, how much has the denominator increased by? So 4 times what equals 16? 4 times 4. Now remember, how can we tell if these fractions are equivalent? Right, remember now, if they have increased by the same number, they are equivalent. These are not equivalent fractions because the numerator has increased by 3 and the denominator has increased by 4. These are not the same, they are not equal or equivalent. 1/5 is equal to 3/15. Is this equivalent or not? You can pause and then answer. How much has the numerator increased by? So 1 times 3 equals 3. How much has the denominator increased by? So 5 times what equals 15? 3. Excellent. How can we tell if these fractions are equivalent? Yes, now remember, if they have increased by the same number, they are equivalent. And yes, they are, because the numerators have been multiplied by 3, denominator has been multiplied and increased by 3. So these are equivalent fractions. That is equivalent fractions, and hopefully now you understand better. Thank you for watching KaPoW Learning.